Hi, nobodies. So today's been kind of a odd day. It's cold. I mean, yesterday was nice, but it's cold today. My cat Lexi is still not here. She's at the vet getting fixed. Um, I reached out to somebody who I thought was a friend, and it's funny how, not funny, haha, but how people just don't react the way that, I mean, I don't expect people to act like me. I don't expect me out of people because I'm me, you know. Um, but in our culture, people say a lot of wrong things when somebody's struggling. It doesn't matter if a person is saying something because they're attention seeking or if they're actually reaching out and saying, these are the thoughts in my head, and I'm sharing them with you. Um, it doesn't matter. You treat them both equally if you're really a friend. And you certainly don't if you ever have those days where you're like, I'd be better off dead. I ought to just die. And a person is sitting there going, no, you don't want that. Like they're trying to be your cheerleader. They're trying to tell you why, you know, your life is worth living. They're trying to make you see that things aren't that bad. It's not that gloomy. Like hey, let's talk about this. Let's do something. Let's, you know, that's what a friend does. A friend says, "Hey, let's pull you out or try." Some things you can't pull somebody out of. But like I said, regardless of whether somebody is attention seeking or whatever, the thing is that they need something. They need somebody to care. That's the thing, even with the attention seeking, and you get tired of a person going, oh, life's just, it'd be so much easier if I just died, or they're always like, oh, to just end it all, or I'm forever alone. Those things, you may get tired of hearing those things from a person. But what if they mean it? What if they're being 100% honest? What if they're telling you something that they've never told anybody? What if you are the only person that they speak those things to? They might be attention seeking, but they're seeking it from you. So you don't tell them, stop it. You don't tell them, stop throwing a pity party for yourself. You don't tell them, oh, people have it worse than you. You don't tell people, you're upset over this little thing. Come on, get over it. These are things that you don't say to a person if you're their friend. And you damn sure don't say those things to a person who would not say those things to you. Now, I mean, if you've got a friend that's always doing that to you, by all means, give them a taste of their own fucking medicine, if you can. I am kind of incapable of that. I kind of have to hate you to do that. And since I don't really hate anybody, it means that I'm always going to be like, let's figure this out. That was the cat, of course. And I had a friend say not too long ago. I was talking to them about something going on in my life. And I said, I got your back, man. I'm here for you. I can't be there for you. I can't physically be there for you. But, you know, anything you want to say, you can tell me. I'm not going to judge you. Say what's bothering you, tell me, and I'll do my best to give you sound advice, or at least to say, I'm sorry. I wish that I could fix this. But I'm here in your corner. I got you. And they said, well, who's got you? They said, seriously, who's got you? Who rubs your back? And I was like, I do. If my back hurts, I rub my back. There are some people that do have my back. I'll give them that. As I said in another video, though, there's uses. People have uses, and we don't always use them badly, but we use them for their purpose. If they're a friend that you have a great time with, like they're a high energy, you're having a good day, they're going to make it even better because their energy level is just like super. You're going to choose them for certain activities that you won't choose your low-key, introverted friend for. If you want to go out and have a good time, you're going to call one of your extrovert friends. Now, if that friend is going to get drunk and act a fool and cause trouble, you may not call them unless that's the kind of night you want to have, because, hey, sometimes that's the kind of night you want to have. I cannot imagine that, but that's because I'm an introvert. If you're feeling really down because you lost your job, there's a separate friend for that. Most of us have that. Now, that could be your spouse, or just a friend. And, your spouse should be your best friend. And they should be somebody that you have good times with and you share the bad shit with. Because they're going to be in your corner and they're going to say, hey, we're going to get through this, Your significant other, that should be somebody that everything can go through them. And you shouldn't be afraid to tell them anything. You shouldn't feel like you've got to pretty it up, that you've got to omit things, like you have to manipulate how you tell them things. No, you should be able to be straight up and say, hey, this is what happened. No hustle to it. And a lot of us deal with that. I mean, you take the common. No, I remember seeing a study, and they said like this really high percentage of wives never tell their husbands what they spent. Like, he'll say, how much did you spend at the store? And they will say less than what they spent. They'll lie. Because, and sometimes it's not even about like, that they went and overspent. It's that, and I saw this in my household plenty of times. How much do you spend at the grocery store? $100. Got this whole shopping cart of stuff. $100? God damn, he would come in with 2 bags. How much you spend at the store? $50. Sometimes, if you know that they're going to make a big deal about it, it's like I said, it's not even you being shady. It's just that if they're not there making the decisions with you, They don't understand how much that stuff costs. I think a lot of women have that problem. Their husbands will be like, "It costs how much?" Because they don't go. If they don't go to the grocery store, they do not know what it costs to feed their family. If they're sending somebody else to do it. So there is a sticker shock. Now, when they're at the store and they're picking things off the shelf with you, and you get to the register and they read out that's 260 something bucks, they will get like a little bit of sticker shock, but they were the ones putting stuff in the cart too. So it's kind of like, well, we need all this food. We need it. It's not such a big deal at that point. And but the thing is like people just don't know how to talk to, and this goes even into like your kids. Your kids crying over something that you think is asinine for them to cry about. Oh, you couldn't blow up a balloon or whatever. Don't make them feel stupid. They're upset. That upset may not be valid to you. You might sit there and go, "Oh my God," over the dumbest things you're crying. You can think it all you want that this is aggravating or this person is, but the thing is when somebody's crying and they're in pain, their pain is valid. Do not make them feel like they can't be that way. Like that their shit isn't real. Their shit is real to them. Like, and they, might be crazy. A woman might be hormonal. Do not say to a woman, "Are you on your period?" No. Now you can ask somebody, "Have you gotten it?" Have you gotten your period this month? You might ask that if you're making sure that they're not pregnant, if you're wanting to run. But don't ask a woman that, because women can be upset for other reasons than their period. Do we get extra emotional? Well, fuck yeah. But birth control pills can make you extra emotional. Antidepressants can make you extra emotional. Life in general, one little bitty incident can weigh you down over the course of days, weeks, months. It can be one little bitty thing and it boils over. Don't blame it on their period. Nobody says that to a dude. Nobody's like, "Why are you all this?" I mean, the most we'll say is, "Dude needs to get laid." I mean, I think I've said that before. Been like, "When was the last time he got laid?" Yeah, it's about time. I mean, that's as close as we get to it, is that, like, if they're not getting laid, they're not happy or something. But to always say that, well, you can't be sad unless it's your period. You can't be mad unless it's your period. You can't be any of these things. No, I can be. I'm a human fucking being. I can be upset about things. My medication can stop working, and also don't ask a crazy person really, like if they're upset, don't say, "Did you stop taking your meds?" Like if they start acting differently, don't say, "Did you stop taking your meds?" No. You can find out if they stop taking their meds. You can go, okay. Hey, what's going on? What's changed? And you can say, "Do you think your medication's working correctly? You think you need to up the dose, lower the dose? Is this something you've been thinking about for a while, or is this just happening today? What sparked it? What's the trigger? What can we do to fix this?" The main thing with anybody coming to you with a problem, what can we do to fix it? Don't make them feel like they're alone. Because I'll almost bet most suicides are committed because somebody reached out. Whether that reach out happened 5 minutes before they decided, 5 months, 5 years, it doesn't matter. They reached out and found nothing. Reached out and there's nothing there. Or maybe they found something and that person didn't keep tabs on it. Didn't say, hey, my friend mentioned this to me once. I should check up on them regularly, to make sure everything's good. Make sure that they know that their life's not a disaster. Do not let a person who's reaching out find nothing. That sticks with them. Because they're not going to reach out a lot. Not when they find nothing. If they know that reaching out, they're not going to find anybody to help them, they're going to stop. Even attention seekers will stop. They'll say, well, nobody's got me. And if they're doing it as a manipulation, they're going to move on to another person. But that's not to say that somebody doing it out of manipulation might not just go ahead and say, well, I'm going to take this handful of pills, and they accidentally kill themselves. They didn't mean to go that far. They were just pushing the limit to see who would come running. Does that make their pain any less valid? They need something. Does it hurt us to give it to them? To give them that little bit of attention? To say, I'm here for you. Even if you're exasperated, even if you're exhausted, to say, I'm here for you. And at some point saying, okay, I'm getting sick and tired of you coming up with this right here. This right here is getting really old. There's nothing wrong with telling that person, hey, I've told you time and time again, and we've got to get this figured out, that things need to change. There is a certain point where you tell somebody, don't come back at me with that particular thing. Because most people, it's different shit here and there. I actually had to door slam somebody because I wasn't particularly happy with the way her life was in general. Morally speaking, she had a boyfriend that loved her, and she was choosing to mess around with a married guy. So she's cheating on her boyfriend, and she's messing around with somebody's husband. And then, there was a lot of stuff that would go in between that. And she'd talk about this guy that she was cheating with, would treat her like dirt. And I'm like, so I kept telling her, stop coming at me with this. I've told you before, you need to dump both of them. Because you're doing a disservice to this dude who loves you. And you're fucking around with somebody else's man who treats you like shit anyway. So just ditch them both. And I must have told her that over the course of 6 months about 20 or 30 times, because that's the only time she ever contacted me was to bitch about this dynamic, this triangle. I'm like, I'm not that person who's going to keep being told the same story and keep giving the same advice only to have them not take it, not one shred of it. That's a waste of my time. Of course, she wasn't like suicidal or anything. She never once alluded to the fact that she might hurt herself. You have to take those seriously because they just might do it. Anybody who thinks about doing it might do it. Of course, most of them that actually do it, by the time they get around to doing it, nobody's heard them say they're going to. Nobody's got a clue because they don't want to be stopped. But when somebody reaches out to you, don't treat them like their thoughts, their feelings are not valid. Don't treat them like, ugh, get over yourself. Get over that. You know, um, if somebody says something mean to you, don't just say I ain't done shit to you. Now, I mean, granted, there are many times that I would get up and my ex would be in a shitty mood over something or other, and I would know why he was in a shitty mood. I would know, and I would say, hey, I didn't shit in your Cheerios today. Adjust your attitude with me. He's maybe one of the only people in the world I've ever talked to like that, because I knew I could. I knew that was me telling him, hey, you're not making me feel good, and I'm not the cause of this. So don't talk to me like I did it. I've naturally got a guilty conscience about shit. But most of the time when somebody's being rude to you, you have done something. Now, whether or not it's something, like what you said or what you did or what you didn't do, because bear in mind, especially when you're dealing with women, there is what you say, what you don't say, what you do, what you don't do. These are things that women can get mad about. Is it right? It depends. If you know what you're supposed to do and you don't do it, then yeah, expect her to be mad that you didn't do what she wanted you to do. But sometimes we'll be mad because we figure we want to see you take initiative to do something nice for us. Like we'll see, aw, her honey brought her a soda home. He went to the gas station. He brought her home a soda and a candy bar. Oh, that's so sweet. Those little things matter. And women will look at another guy and go, you never fucking bring me shit from the damn gas station. We get pissed about that. When we see somebody getting treatment that we want, we get aggravated. Because why ain't mine doing that? He knows this dude. He knows him. He knows. He sees this. He sees how happy the girl is. He has to see how happy the girl is. Why doesn't he want to come home and make me that kind of happy? Yeah, we get pissed about shit like that. I get pissed about shit like that. But I don't hold it against somebody. I'll just be like envious. I'll be like, man, I wish mine would do that. I wish I had that. And God forbid if I see somebody that I know who's got a stellar dude and she's fucking around on him, treating him like dirt, I'm like, oh, fuck no. No, see, you need to be with who I'm with, and I need to be who you're with, because you don't deserve that kind of treatment if you're like a solid bitch 100% of the time. You're biting his fucking head off. I'm not saying I'm seeing that, but when I do, it aggravates me because I'm like, wow, you got this really. Of course, I also respect that is who they are in public. Given my background, I recognize public behavior is not necessarily private behavior. Maybe in public, he's this nice, attentive, great guy. And when they get home, he's beating the shit out of her. Or he's a total fucking douchebag. We don't know because that's behind closed doors. I lived that kind of life growing up. That who you were in front of people was different from who you were in your home. You put your best out there. You know, my parents fought all the time when they would be around each other, but I don't recall them having fights in the store or at the church or at my grandma's house when we were in public. So when I see a couple that I'm like, wow, she's so lucky, I don't know how lucky she is. I just know that what I'm seeing is what I want, but I also recognize that that may not be what they have. That could just be for show. Just like on Facebook, people always put the nice stuff down. They don't really show you like the bullshit that happens. But anyway, that's it for me. If you know somebody who's going through something, don't just automatically discount them as a drama queen or looking for attention, or they're on, party of lonely party of one, pity party, pity parade, blah 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 blah. No, their pain is valid, their anger is valid. It's give them that. Give them the respect that you want to receive when you're hurting from something that they don't feel is worth being upset over. Or they don't see why you don't just get over it because it's not something that affects them. Just definitely go out there and be the type of person that you want to come back to you. I really wanted to get high and drunk last night. I didn't. It was tough. Because I could have had those things. I was offered alcohol. I didn't do it. Because I know that what I'm dealing with, I can't drink it away. Can't smoke it away. Can't sleep it away. And it's something I have to fix. And I'm going to have to be straight and sober and deal with it. But every moment is an opportunity to turn things around. Every moment. And I plan on having a good day for the rest of the day. I'm not going to let somebody treat me like my pain doesn't matter. My thoughts are not valid. My ideas are not substantial. That my ideas don't hold weight. I'm tired. I am. So the rest of my day is going to be good because I'm going to make it so, as I say. And if that means that I spend the whole day wasted on video games, online shopping, or just flicking my fucking bean all day if I want to. It's my day to waste. It's my time. And of course that doesn't help me deal with my problems, but at least pull me out of my head every once in a while. So anyway, I am going to have a good day. I don't care what happens. I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to make it so. Hope that you have a good day. Bye.